I have a question.
All right, so go ahead and ask.
Can I share my screen?
Yeah, of course. Why not?
I know I can't because I don't know. It says when I try to share my screen, it says host disable participant screen sharing.
So maybe, I mean, it is controlled by the owner, so you might not have permission to share the screen. So this could be a
I
possibility.
do. I shared my screen for the last class. One sec. I'll just ask my mom. 1 sec. Mom, I need help. Wait, can you try and stop sharing your screen for a sec?
Yeah, so if I stop sharing my screen, then what's...
I'm just gonna see if that works.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Ah, 1 sec. Can you hear me?
Yeah, of course.
1 sec. I may not see you. I can't see you. 1 sec. I'm just gonna. Okay, better. 1 sec. Now I'm gonna try. It's still saying that. I just used it.
So just wait for a moment. I'm just going to
I can't share my screen.
change the settings here. But I don't have control. Even I don't have control. So I think I'm gonna have to share only my screen.
Mom.
Okay. All right. So is this
Yeah.
visible?
Mom.
Yeah. All right. So this one. Okay.
Yeah, Mom. Ow. 1 sec. It'll be a moment for me to. Yeah. But are you doing check in 1?
Yeah. Yeah. So you have to mate in one. Okay. So this is our starting puzzle. So you have this position in front of you, and you have to checkmate black in one move.
Okay.
So what?
Move the white horse to G6.
All right. And is this a mate?
Yep.
Because the bishop is controlling the light squares and the knight is controlling the dark squares. All right. So this was a basic puzzle, so you can solve it in like quick seconds. Like, all right. So this is mate in one. I think the square is same
Okay.
from the previous puzzle. Yeah. So yeah, queen.
QG6.
Yeah,
QG6.
queen g6, and you see
QG6
that.
hashtag.
Yeah, and you see that the rooks are not letting the king go. All right. So this one is pretty easy. Just a horse move, and then you are good to go. So you are again on mute. All right. You are on mute. All right. So it's mate in one again. So how we are gonna do the mate in one for white here?
G7.
Yeah, but which piece? You have rook g7. You also have knight g7.
Oh, knight.
All right. So this one is mate. And yeah, again, it's white to play. See, the pawn is controlling these squares. Knight is controlling these squares. So you have to check black, and then you are good to go.
In the bottom rank is the queen's guarding.
Yeah, I mean, it's not guarding for the moment, but you can still find a move which leads to mate.
Okay.
So do you have queen d7? Again, you are on mute.
Okay.
Oh, we are trying.
Yeah. So you are on. Okay, so you are not on mute. Okay, all right.
Already. Is this?
So you are on mute.
No, we are not doing
Your no, you put, but your voice is not coming properly. Okay.
already.
No, I mean you are very far from the mic. Like your voice is very
Okay,
lag.
okay.
Okay,
The share screen is highlighted with green. Can you hear me?
Yeah, of course.
So this share screen, when I click host disabled participant screen sharing. Host.
Yeah, but the meeting is not in my control because it is controlled by the team. So yeah, I just log in every time.
So he cannot share his liches with you. Is that fine?
Yeah, so I'll check first and then I will see. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I have changed the settings now. Now I think you can share.
Let me try.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Wait, it's now it says something else. You cannot start screen sharing while the other Oh.
So okay, so if I stop sharing my screen, then what is?
Yes. Now start. Now I'll start. Okay. Now start again. Okay, good. Finally it works. Share what? Share what? Okay, good. Finally.
Okay, all right, yeah.
What? Trying to. This isn't the way. Hide.
Down.
Hide.
Close this.
1 sec. We're 1 sec. Can 1 sec. Look. Stop sharing. Share and.
Wait.
It's here. It's here. What? Just show it.
Why?
I know. Just share it. Just share it. No. Share this. Share this. Better. Now we have to move it. Okay, I'll just do this one. Liches. Okay, better. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, of course.
I'll get up mate in one. I'll get up mate in one, I think. Oh. You said mate in one. That's good.
Is it mating one? Yeah, of course. Yeah, so you can start mating mating one. Yeah, queen g7, of course, yeah.
Mhm.
And there's a f3, I guess. No.
Okay.
So you see that the bishop is controlling the squares like d4 and f4, and you just need a check, which is f3. Which is pawn to f3. You don't have to move your rook. Yeah, you can just go f3, and you see that there's a mate. There's a mate in one. Okay, all right. So
I don't know how does it mate in one, but okay.
you see that the bishop is controlling the dark squares, which is f4
Okay.
d4. Yeah, you see the bishop and yeah, queen f2, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. So I
Because
used my queen to capture this.
yeah.
I usually do this I usually do every day one of these.
No. Oh, wait. So you don't have to move your c5 rook. You just have to check with the e8 rook, and which is going to mate because yeah, because you see that the white king cannot escape from the checks. Yeah, so you can go ahead here, and yeah, of course, yeah. So now, okay, wait for a moment. You see that the bishop and the queen are creating a battery, which is on the bishop is on b7 and the queen is on c6. So you can combine both, and you can give a mate, which
And
is
they're actually castling, I think.
yeah, they're castling, but I mean they're in trouble because of the light squares. And you can put your queen on g2 and h1, and then in both the cases that we mate in one.
Okay.
So regardless of your moves, that will mate in one. So queen g2 or queen
I think
h1. Yeah, queen
this
h1.
would be
This would be fine. Yeah.
okay.
So all right. So you see that the bishop on d4 and queen on b6 create a combination on b2, and hence that would be a mate because
Yeah.
so because the dark squares are weak.
Even if I do this again,
Yeah.
if I do it one more time.
No. Don't grab the pawn. So you see that the same combination here, which is bishop on c7, queen on d6, and you just have to combine both, and you see queen h2 is mate. Yeah. So this one is little easy,
Hard?
but
Easy?
yeah. So you just have to check with the rook with on h7, and you see
Move one square?
yeah.
But wait, I have a question. Why did I have to move one square if I couldn't have done that? Like, look, one sec. Before, why didn't oh,
So just because he played rook g4, if let's say if you play all right, so you can move
how did
that one.
he play this much moves?
Yeah, so you can replay all the moves.
He played
Yeah.
a lot of moves. He played every. They played 73.
Yeah, 73.
How is that possible?
It's completely possible. Like there's no limit of the moves in chess.
Oh,
You can play as many moves as you want. Okay,
this one makes sense. Sorry.
yeah. So you see that the bishop is hanging and the h7 square is controlled by the bishop. So any check
So I
would be
could just kill that one. I could just
yeah,
kill the bishop.
you can just kill the bishop and that be mate. All
So
right.
this will be an X hashtag.
Yeah, hashtag, yeah. Hashtag.
Looks like I'm blocked then.
So you see
And I
that
would just move here if I was that.
yeah, so you can go queen d1 or rook d1.
Here.
Both move are fine.
This is actually easy. Well, what was that? What was
No,
oh Oh. Oh.
Wow. So you can take
For a sec, I didn't know what they were capturing.
yeah. So he has just sacrificed his queen on e8, and you can just take with it at with
Oh,
the
wow.
rook, with the rook, and that be mate.
Well, Wolf, I keep forgetting what move he did.
He just sacrificed his queen.
Oh,
And you
looks
can,
like we're black.
yeah, and you can take with the rook, and that's
This wouldn't have been a good
no,
move, but
no, that's not good move because it will not be a check.
I know, but it would be a good move, right?
No, never.
Oh.
Because when you have mate in one, there is no good move other than that.
Yeah.
So you can simply take on h2 and that be mate because
This
with the
one, if there was a pawn here, then it would be actually good, like for formation, right?
yeah, but you cannot have your pawns on the first rank.
Yeah,
So
only
you
like a bishop.
yeah, so you can take the pawn on h2 with your queen and that be mate with your queen.
Oh, with my queen.
Yeah, no, with your queen. Yeah,
I'll use my black.
yeah.
Yeah. But if I was a horse is better than a pawn, but for a check, this would be better.
Yeah.
On first one. Wait, I'm not. The no wait. Good. Still going. Okay.
Queen c2. Yeah.
I would so get this queen, but then I'll lose check.
Yeah. So then you will lose a mate in one, and that's fine.
What's this move? What does 0-0-0 mean?
It means long castle. I think we had discussed it like in the initial classes.
Oh. This happened, this happened, this happened, something.
So it took and then we probably go b4 and it's mate. So now
How
it's no, so you have rook g2, it's mate.
Here's one.
Queen
Check one. Checkmate one is easy actually.
Yeah, it's easy because you have a forced thing which is a check, and then on you have only one move, so it is easy to find mate in one.
But it's easy to make. I mean, it's hard to make.
Yeah, it's hard to make. So you have rook. Okay, so don't take the
Oh, I
pawn
know.
because if you take the pawn, then it's not a check. So rook h8
Yeah.
is mate because it's
What I would if I didn't see this check, I would be moving upwards.
yeah, but that's a nice strategy. If you don't have check, you always have to go forward with your king because the more active your king, the more the chances you create. But when you have mate in one, then you should always go for it. So that's the thumb rule.
Usually I don't see them.
Yeah, but they're pretty easy. You don't have to.
Whoa.
So
What?
you,
He took away my queen.
so yeah, if he takes your queen, then you can also take his queen back with your bishop. Yeah, with your bishop on c1, you can take on f4, and
Oh yeah.
that'd be
Actually,
making.
I like this check. I like that check.
Yeah, because the king is boxed in by his
Because
own
I
piece.
would take their queen too, and
Yeah,
I would give a check. So that it's actually a
yeah,
good check. It'd actually be a good.
yeah. So queen h7, I think. Yeah.
think this is check.
Yeah, and it's a mate in one because the bishop
Wait,
is
but
controlling
what
it.
if it kills? Oh, it kills that, and then if we heads forward, why can't it head back? Yeah.
No, but our rook is defending the queen.
Oh, and bishop's defending that. Okay, I think yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But why in real life, like in a regular study, why would a king be like the importantest one? In real life, why would it be the importantest?
What? I don't
In
get
real
you.
life, like not in chess, but like in like in real life, if it happened that this, then why is I'm just asking, why does the king have to be the importantest piece?
Yeah, because it's king. I mean, the king is king, so it's by default the most important thing in chess and in life also. So you don't have to. Yeah, I mean, okay, so yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, the king is the king.
Okay, then.
So you go with queen h5 and that's mate.
Oh,
Yeah,
I keep forgetting I'm.
yeah. So queen f3. Yeah, all right. Rook f7, I guess. Yeah, that's mate.
Then yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, now I just lost.
Now you can take the rook on f1 and that's mate. Okay, rook h1.
I like this class.
Yeah, okay, so don't move the bishop, just move the rook to f1 and that's
Wait,
mate.
rook. Okay,
Rook
F4
h, yeah, rook h1,
here.
yeah, yeah, here because you see it's mate in one and
Oh yeah, I'm white. If I'm white, then I'll do this.
yeah, you can take with either of the rooks and that be mate.
Oh yeah, that's an option.
So you can take his queen.
Okay, another good check.
Yeah. And you can mate on g2 because the bishop on b7 is controlling that square. And you say it's mate in one. Okay, so you don't have to go further. You just have to check with the knight on f2. Yeah, you just have to move your knight to f2 and it's mate because the
Okay.
bishop is guarded by the queen on c7.
Oh wait, what? Okay,
So you can just take his free rook here.
I'll take a free. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll take a free queen instead.
yeah, but the queen is defended by the pawn. If you take, then the pawn will take it, and it's not
Yeah.
free.
Oh wait,
So
never mind.
now, so now, yeah, so now a queen f1 was a move.
Oh, they just started castling.
Yeah, so it's mate in one, queen h7.
I don't think nobody castled. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's probably rook h8, I guess, because the bishops are.
That. Oh,
No,
I
it's
thought it
rook,
was one of those.
it's rook h8.
Oh, rook. Oh yeah. Well, how much did I do?
So you see the bishops are controlling the escape squares. So for that reason, it's mate. So I think you okay. So if in the meantime you can also join the chess gaja.
Wait, so this is the last class?
Yeah. So after no, I mean this is not last class, but after that you have to. I mean you have tests like you have something like
Something
uh,
like
uh, tournaments. Yeah. So Can you see? Can you read the chat box here?
What chat box?
Yeah. So I have just shared a screen. I mean a link. So with which you can take you can join the.
One sec, I'll stop sharing. Now I'll see the chat box. Yeah, I see something. I'll click on that.
So you can still. I mean.
I see it. I'm in it.
So you have to just join the team, right?
Okay. So I just have to click join team.
Yeah, so you have to click on join team and you will be joined in by the team. And after that, you will be able to play the tournaments.
Okay, so it says success,
So is it a
right?
success?
It says a green success.
Okay, so can you just share the screen so that I can confirm?
Okay. 1 second. Wait, 1 second. Okay, now I just lost your screen, so I have to re-log in. I'll share my screen. I think yes, share for sure. Screen. This good?
Yeah, it's good. So you can click on. Okay, so you will be let in by the team. So I think you have to fill the form. You see that there's one link
Where?
uh, above. So fill out the team join request form. So this is the no above.
So wait. Okay,
No,
it's here.
not here. You just have to move. You just have to move. Yeah. So this one.
Wait,
Yeah.
is this a form?
Yeah. Just below the success button. Yeah. Yeah. So this one. Yeah.
Let me see. Wait 1 sec. I'll just see it. So I just have to put on my email, full player. I have to put my date of birth. I know. And then country resident. So I have to omit all of these.
And yeah, you will be let in by the team. Yeah.
Well, I have a question. Am I gonna have more classes?
I think no. So this is gonna be the last class.
Okay, so when's the next class?
So I think there's no next class. Probably you have a tournament in the next class.
So wait, like when's the next time?
Like next Tuesday, like next Monday. Yeah, for you.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. So wait, are we going back to the gist
Yeah. So you
or are
can.
we finished?
So yeah, we can still do our puzzles.
Okay.
And then okay, so yeah, okay, so you see rook h1 is mate here.
Uh-huh.
Rook h1 is mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the rook cannot really, I mean the king cannot really escape.
Oh.
And yeah, and yeah, so you can just try it by yourself for the moment.
Okay.
And then
Actually, this is easy.
yeah, this is pretty easy.
Is this one hard?
No, I think because you just have to move your queen to f, yeah, queen f2, and that's mate because you see there's a bishop on c5 and you can just mate it.
I don't see a way.
No, I mean you can just put your queen on f2.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that would be check. No, not. Just check. So what are we gonna do for class?
What?
So what are we gonna do for the rest of class?
So we are going to discuss the basic opening principles, right?
Okay. So I just have a question. Are you gonna do check in two?
In what?
Check me in two.
No, checkmate in two, we are not going to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, so just wait for a moment and then we'll start our final topic.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
so you can just stop your share screen and then you can just. So okay, so is this is visible?
Wait,
Is my
did I stop share screening?
yeah, because now I'm sharing my screen
Oh,
here.
good.
Yeah, so can you see the can you see the screen here?
Uh-huh.
Okay, all right. So this is going to be opening principles, 10 opening principles that you must follow in your games to find the initial phase to become a chess grandmaster. So if you want to become a grandmaster, then you have to follow these rules when you are just beginning your career, right?
Mm-hmm.
So oh yeah, so this one is very basic that we had discussed in the initial classes, that you have to control these squares, right? So these are the four central squares, and you have to control the central squares with your pieces and pawns in the opening. And you have to do it very quickly, because if you don't develop, if you don't control the center, then your opponent is going to take the center and you are going to not have fun playing the game, right? Because he will just push your pieces back. Next step is you have to develop your pieces as early as possible. So the development of your pieces is one of the most important thing in the opening, because it is necessary to sort of develop your pieces to have a good game. Because when you have developed all of your pieces, then the opening is over, and then you are sort of ready to play the middle game, and then you can start making some plans for the game. And without the pieces developed, you cannot really make any plans, right? So you have to have your pieces out of the game as quickly as possible. The third principle is to keep your king away from the center. So the best move to keep your king away from the center is with castling. So you can castle either side, let's say with short castle or long castle, and your king would be much more protected, and it will feel much more safe towards the side of the board. Because in center, uh, we don't really know that when the center will open, and it can become a target for the opponent pieces. All right, so we can just castle, and you see you see here castle, and you see that the
When I
move.
first did castle, I thought I was getting my own opponents.
No, I mean that's not the case, because you see the center is very dynamic. I mean, it can open up very quickly. And if you keep your rooks, if you keep your king in the center of the board, then you are not connecting your rooks. Your rooks are at the bay, and you see that the rooks are not doing a
Well,
great
wait.
job.
So if
Yeah,
you move, yeah, so the center might open up like if the king was still there, the center might open up like with
e5.
the black knight if with the black knight on C.
On
Yeah,
c6, yeah. So they
yes.
can go for something like e5 takes, and
Like C, if you moved it to C, yeah, I mean D4 and then moved it. I mean,
yeah, this one.
no, I meant to say, I said if you move it to D4 and then moved it to F3, then you would break the opening,
Yeah,
right?
so yes, yeah. So, so basically, opening of center just means that the pawns are not in the center. Let's say if these pawns like disappear or something like that, that then, and if this pawn goes away, then you see that the rook gives a check, and if the queen comes here, then they are creating a battery on the e file, and that could become a problem for you. So it's better to castle. So you see that both of your rooks are here in the game, and you see that you can bring your rooks in the game while your king being away from the center, and you can just enjoy a good game because your king is now safe and your rooks can come
Me,
to e.
castling does help sometimes, but usually I just go to the corners.
I mean, corners just mean castling. I mean, if you're
Yeah.
putting your king in the corner, then it's kind of castling. All right. So yeah, so this is a basic example of an opening principle, that you go e4 and control these squares, and when he goes something like e5, then we develop our knight, then we develop our bishops, and then we castle, and we are good to go. Yeah, and we are putting pressure at e6, and we go bishop c4, bishop c5, and we castles, and you see that we have control over the center. We have our knights and bishop developed. You see our rook can come. We can go something like d3 and put this bishop out. You can go knight c3, knight d5. You can go queen e2, and you see that our game is going very flawlessly. Like, so yeah. So there's a one more example
So
of
what's the first move should you do? When after you move the pawn up from after you move the pawn from the king's square, then what are you supposed to do?
so then we are supposed to develop our pieces. Let's say the knights, the bishops, and the
Yeah, but
queen.
what should you first develop?
The first thing you have to develop is your knights, because the knights have a particular square to go, because we don't want to commit our bishop to any squares like this or this or this or this. But the knights have in general, the knights have a fixed square to go, which is f3 in this case, and this knight could go to c2 or like c3 and d2. So this is like but this is basically fixed, so you don't have
The
to think
queen's
about.
in the middle, so
So we are not sure about the queen in the opening. So it can go to the side of the board. It can stay in the middle. It can go to the queen side. It can go to the king side, something to h5. It can go to a4. It can go to c1, b1, e2. So this is the reason we are not sure about the queen in the opening.
usually, checkmating your queen's good, right?
Yeah, it's good.
But harder to do that than the
Yeah, so
uh yeah
it's hard. Yeah,
than the king.
yeah. So. mm Yeah, so this one is an example that don't move your queen early in the game. So you have your opponent has just moved his queen to d5, and what you are going to do with the queen, like how you are going to punish this move, like what's the way that you can take advantage of this move, like what piece you can develop and kick his queen out of that d5 d5 square.
Oh,
Can you-
the knight.
Yeah, the knight, because the knight can come out to c3, and you see the queen has been attacked, and he has to move his queen again. And like if it tries to remain in the center, then you can kick the queen again with one of your knights, and you see that the queen is just moving back and forth, and it is just moving just like in the center with no purpose. And I mean, it is just wasting her time. All right. And if it goes to f4, then we can go through d4, and you see that our pawns, our knights are easily getting in the game without wasting a time. And you see that his queen is kind of wasting all the moves just to remain in the center of the board. All right. So you see that whenever your opponent tries to bring your his queen in the opening, you just have to develop your
And if
pieces.
the queen just doesn't want to get stuck, the
Yeah,
queen would just give up and just run away, right?
yeah, but in by doing so, he'll waste like so many moves with his queen, and we will gain like much more time, free time in developing our own pieces, and that'd be great. All right, and we can go h3, and you see that the queen, uh, bishop d3, or maybe knight h4. Okay, it's not so knight e5, e5, and see, the queen is kind of it's just hanging around. It's like in the center, yeah.
No, they're in the center of the board. I mean, you're in the center of the board.
Yeah, but yeah, our pieces are, very well developed here. All right.
Mhm.
So yeah, one more principle is that whenever we have mm, so you see the position here, we have just grabbed center with our e4 and d4. So after putting your pawns in the center, you don't have to play with something like pawn with a3 or h3 or b3 or g3. You just have to develop your pieces first, right? Because whenever you put your piece the pawns in the center with e4 and d4, then you are done with the pawns. Then you have to develop your pieces, and you see that you will just bring your pieces slowly, and you see
So
that.
this would be easy development.
Yeah, so
Moving your knight, both of your knights to d5 and e5, right?
yeah, yeah, so
Because
whenever he
they'll
pushes,
cover
we
the
can.
whole middle. And if
Yeah,
they get attacked by it, then
we
if they get attacked, then and then the pawns would kill them.
yeah, so we can push our pawns in the center, so they will go backwards, right?
Mhm.
So this is one more example. So we don't have to move the same piece in the opening. So we see we have both played e4, and he has just gone knight f6. So he's just wasting his time with his pawn knights, right? And we can just go something like c4 or d4, and we can go something like maybe c3. And you see that the knight is just moving back and forth. And in the meantime, we have developed a good center, and we can now bring our knights, bishop, and castle, right? So it's good for us to, yeah, we can probably go something like, and you see that we have created a pawn chain here. All right.
And to continue that,
Yeah,
you have to wait. Can you get go to the same page?
yeah. So this one,
Mhm.
e5, knight d5, d4, knight b4, c3, and you see that he's just
Yeah.
moving it.
If you want to continue that, you would move the pawn from f2 to f4, and then you would move the pawn that was on g2 to g3,
No,
and
but
then
yeah. So this is the reason we don't want to play with our pawns. Whenever we have developed with our the pawns, then we bring our knights and bishop, and we don't really want to move these pawns because the king is going to castle this side, and we don't want to make our king weak with the weak pawns with overextended pawns, right? So we have to develop our knight, let's say with knight
but
first.
wouldn't it be easier if you were castling on A on the left side?
What?
Wait, oh, never mind. Well,
So this is, I mean, this is a very easy that you just develop your knight, bishop, and castle, and you just grab center with e4 and d4 pawns. This is the basic thing, right? And yeah, so this is going to be the last example, and after that we'll done. So yeah, you have to develop your pieces towards the center. What does it mean? That you don't have to go knight a3 here because it is not controlling the squares, or knight a3, for instance. So whenever you are given chance, you have to move your knights towards the center and bishops towards the center. You don't have to go passive with your bishops, and you always have to go with rooks in the center with rook e1 and like that. So the more you are controlling the squares, the more you are controlling the game, right? The central squares. And yeah, the last example is you have to connect your rooks. So you just have to make sure that your rooks are connected, connect your towers. And once you have developed all of your pieces like in the position, you should try to connect your rooks. So it is
wait, what if you have like one? What if you on like move 95? What if you have like 4 queens?
I mean that after that it is completely it completely depends on you. It is completely dependent on you that how you are going to play with the 4 queens. So this is not something like basic opening. It will be like something advanced, right?
Mhm.
So for the moment we are just discussing about the opening. So yeah, we can go even queen b3, queen c2, and you see the rooks are connected and they're protecting each other.
Wait, are you
And
grandmaster?
no, I'm not a grandmaster. I'm just a master.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is because I'm too old to become a grandmaster now. Grandmasters are like now like 12 or 14. So yeah. And this is the conclusion that mm,
Wait, did
we
you
just
used to be a grandmaster?
no, I mean once you become a grandmaster, then you don't degrade yourself. I mean it's like forever.
Okay.
So I could become a grandmaster if I play it regularly, but for the moment I don't have any plans of playing like chess tournaments or something like that.
Mhm.
I'm just teaching kids across the world. Like I have like 10 12 kids I'm teaching, and I'm also studying my course, like.
Mhm.
And yeah.
Because is there anything like new I have to learn, or do you like, or is it like that's it? Like, or is there like anything like else like new moves I have to learn?
No, I mean I don't think
Oh,
that's a thing like that. Yeah. So
because
yeah.
I think there's like, because are you sure there's like no move that I haven't learned yet? Because then it would be like,
Yeah, I mean, we call it as novelty because let's say if you are playing a game, then if you move, if you reach to, I mean, a certain point that you have, you make a new move, which has not been played before by the players. Then in that case, we call it as a new move, or rather a novelty.
mm,
All right.
okay.
So yeah, so that's a term that we use for a new moves. But yeah, I mean, yeah, so this is the thing. So yeah, we are good to go. I think we have finished our course, and you will have a tournament coming like next week.
Okay.
And once you will be joined by the team, that leeches team, then you will be able to play. And then you have to play like once you start playing chess, then you have to make yourself better. And the more you play, the more you become better, right? the more
Hmm.
you the
So
more you
wait, I
become.
have a question.
Yeah.
Which am I supposed to practice? Am I supposed to practice bullet, rapid,
No,
or
no, 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 no. When you're just starting out chess, you just have to play slower time control, which is rapid, which is 15 minutes plus 10-second increments, or
Mhm.
maybe something
A
like,
lot of teacher. I have two chess teachers. I have you and then somebody else.
okay. So
So,
you can always go for classic, which is 30 plus 30 or 30 plus 20 or 15 plus 10. So you don't have to go
but
in the faster time
bullet,
controls. All right.
bullet's the easiest.
Bullet is easy, but you don't get much like enough time to calculate. And once you are just starting out the game, you have to focus on your calculations, which is more important. Because if you don't calculate, then you are doing like just just nothing.
Wait, so I have a question.
Yeah.
Are you in a tournament right now?
No, I'm not in tournament.
Yeah.
I will
Just
not be
saying,
playing.
when are you in a tournament?
I'll just be spectating.
Okay.
Yeah. So that would be. So can you guys just close the mic?
Okay. There
Yeah.
is one comp of class they have mentioned. So do you know when is that comp of class? We can attend that.
I don't know. I mean, you can text the team, but I think that
Okay. Okay.
there's a yeah,
Ask them.
yeah,
I will ask
yeah,
them.
yeah. Okay, so yeah, so did you enjoy the entire? I mean, the course here.
Mm-hmm.
So how was it? Like how would you rate yourself? Like how
Good.
would you? It was good. So you like you had fun. Like you learned
Had fun,
something.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that's I wanted to teach because I want to teach to maximum extent. And yeah,
So
I hope
I like I like to be mm, I like to be separately like taught. I like to be separately taught.
so yeah, you can contact the team. So
Mhm.
yeah, we can have more sessions together, which would be like one to one. So
Yeah.
you can tell to your mom that okay, if you want something like separate sessions with me, then you can, yeah, you can and contact the
So I
team,
have a
and then
question.
yeah,
Why aren't there that much people logging in
I
now?
think they are not interested in the learning, or maybe
Or
they,
they don't have time?
oh yeah, it could be a possibility. Or I think Sanjay is in India, and so it is very early in the India, so he might not getting time in the morning to attend the class. And the rest two guys, I think they know, or they already know about the basics, so I think they are not interested, or maybe they don't have time for the classes.
But
So yeah,
I don't remember like I don't even know like half of the things that you like. I didn't know the half of things that you just taught me.
yeah, because it was a group class, so like since it was a group class, it is very difficult to focus on a particular kid. So I taught like for general, but if you don't focus like yourself, then you can be in trouble. Like you don't really uh,
Mhm.
what's really going on. So yeah,
Mhm. For me, chess is interesting.
yeah, for me also, yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, you
So
can,
see you on Monday.
yeah, next Monday, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, all right. So yeah, goodbye, and yeah, best of luck for the tournament.
Mhm. Thanks.
Okay,
Bye.
okay, bye. It was good.
Mhm.